Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of November 4th, 2019. Every week we chat about the things parents are talking about, complaining about, and obsessing about right now. I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
And Nicole Eridix.
Hi there.
This week we're complaining about the new ABC song and obsessing about Vent Buddies, which has nothing to do with air conditioning. You'll find out when we get there.
or some sort of Air Bud sequel that went horribly wrong.
Yes. And we will also be taking a couple of breaks for an entertainment discussion and a recommendation roundup. But today we're talking about cars and how they should be doing more for us. So, Terry, why don't you tell us what inspired this conversation?
Well, as anybody who followed us on Facebook knows, Nicole and I had a historic summit meeting. It'd be like 2 weekends ago by the time you're listening to this. But Nicole and I have been podcasting together for like 7 years. She in California and me in New Jersey. And we had never actually physically met in the real world. And that all changed on this Saturday when I drove down to Delaware and she happened to be in Baltimore for a conference. And so we met up at the Christiana Mall in Delaware just because if you Google what's kind of a good place to meet between these two places, and that's what came up.
And it was perfect.
Yes. So we had some breakfast at Nicole's favorite Panera. And then we went walking around this mall. My husband and my son were with us, and we came upon a Tesla showroom in a mall, which was like just a regular mall-sized store that had 2 cars in it. Which, number one, is like my son's dream mall store because he loves looking at cars. And you could go in, you could open them, you could get in them. The salespeople didn't hassle you. You could do whatever you wanted. You could play with the car door handles that honestly looked to me like they might break off extremely easily. You could, play with all the toys. You could open the trunks and all this. So in this little tiny store with just about enough room to walk around the cars. So as Nicole and I were looking at these cars and in our spirit of everything is a podcast topic, we got to think, these cars, they have like an enormous iPad-sized screen just to the right of the steering wheel. One of them had no dashboard stuff,
None.
What do you call those things?
Well, there's no odometer or speedometer or nothing. There are no instruments.
No instruments behind the wheel, just like plastic. And then they have this humongous, like 2 iPads put together of everything you could possibly want, I guess. The other one had like a video instruments sort of thing. And first off, I'm thinking, well, that seems like the most dangerous thing in the world, because how can you do anything without glancing over at that thing and then getting distracted and not looking out them? Maybe they put the view from outside the front window on there too, and then you never need to look up. But they had things like, there was something like from the front you could move the seats around in the back. And I thought, well, that's interesting. And I said to the guy, so if you're driving and your kids are being annoying, can you like move their seats further apart or like turn one of them around? And he said, no, you can't do that while you're driving. And I thought, well, there's an improvement that parents would appreciate. Can you imagine if you could just turn one of them facing the other way while you're driving? If they're arguing?
Awesome.
Can you imagine the protest that would erupt?
Can you is there a cone of silence that could descend from the ceiling at the push of a button and put each of them in there?
Some sort of divider.
A divider.
Exactly. Yes.
Comes up from the bottom.
Like they have in limos.
Yes.
Absolutely. Except it would go between the two. Well, I guess it could just go between you and the kids because then you can't hear them argue. They can argue all they want. Or between the 2 kids. Or you could like move somebody into the trunk.
The trunk.
This seems like it should be doable with this space-age technology in these Teslas, right? I mean, if you can run everything from a giant iPad, next to the steering wheel, surely you can automate seating. So, turn one kid so they're facing out the window or their backs to each other and they're looking out the side windows. I think it should be possible. Anyway, so we got to thinking, what would we like our cars to be doing for us that they are not currently doing? We have talked in the past, we'll link to a past episode where we talked about things like cars needing a better place for your purse, and more physical requirements we have. Now we're talking technological requirements.
I have an idea. I have one.
Yes.
that I'll mention before I lose my thought.
Okay. Yeah, please do.
I would like my car to be able to pay for things. So if I'm at a drive-through, I don't need to dig through my wallet for my bank card. You know, whether it's, you know, like a restaurant or like CVS or something, I don't need to go digging through my purse. I can just pull up, you know, press a button on my car, and then it's like Apple Pay. It pays for whatever you're getting.
Like an easy pass for tolls.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yes.
That would be awesome.
I like
Make
it.
that happen.
Because I'm always digging for my debit card every time I pull up.
With all the digital pay stuff, I mean, you just sort of need to wave your credit card in the vicinity of stuff anymore to pay for things, right? You should be able to do that from your car.
Yeah.
Because, as we've mentioned, my purse is in the back seat because I have a child in the front seat who's complaining about not having the purse stuck by their feet.
Right.
So then if I need to pay for something, I have to reach
back
into the back seat. Yeah, you're right.
You should be able to turn that child's seat around, too. This should not be just for back seat. I know there's airbag issues, but still.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
If you diss mom, your seat moves to the side. I could use that driving my son to work quite frequently. When,
There
yes. I need like some sort of handcuffs to come out of the seat and keep his hands at his sides when he takes his fingers all the way there.
Restraints.
That's a pretty specialized request there.
You don't think that the parents would have reasons for wanting to handcuff their kids while they're driving? I think there's a variety of reasons why that might be useful.
Yes, I can.
Stop hitting your sister.
Yikes.
Lamp. Well,
No more eating in the back seat.
yeah. I think in our last time we talked about this, we talked about like the central vacuum necessary for a car. And
Wouldn't that be awesome?
the other thing that I need, because it has already snowed where I live twice so far. So I need like, you know, you have a defroster for your front windshield and your back windshield. But like I need it for all the windows. And I need it for the roof and the hood, too. So, like, let's get a whole car defroster going here.
Right.
So that you can just warm it up from the inside and melt all that stuff. Because
I never understood why they didn't do the driver's side windows.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm over already, like, any scraping, brushing. You know, you're tromping around in the snow. You have... You know, unless you have one of the ones that has a big mitt on it, then your hands are cold. And, So I think the car should be doing that job for me, please.
I think it should, and I think it should be automated in such a way that you don't have to think about it. You don't have to get to that point where you go, geez, I can hardly see out of these windows. It should just keep everything clear.
Right.
What if you had like this preset, these settings that you could set like maybe from an iPad or something that went to your car, and you could, maybe the Tesla has it, I don't know, but you could have all of this set up for your car before you get in, right? So you've got, you know, your iCar activated, your you know, your restraint system activated, your divider activated.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you have settings for, like, your seat, you know, to keep the seat in the spot where you want it, which somehow doesn't work in my car, and then my husband gets in and messes up. And, like, the headlights that turn on automatically. So, you should be able to apply that to other settings and features.
Totally.
Have your music already programmed so that nobody can change it?
Yeah.
Or so that it doesn't automatically play Ed Sheeran every time you get in the car, which is what happens to me. I need to just delete that song off my phone.
There should be a Sheeran block that you could, you know.
It comes on because it's the A Team, and so it's like the first song. And first of all, I don't even know how it got on my phone because I'm not interested. And so if I would just delete that one song, then I would get like Aaron Burr probably would be the next. That would be a better choice.
A good way to start off your trip. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that should be possible. I would like to have something that would tell me. Now, these Teslas we looked at, there were these little on the outside by kind of they were kind of by the front windows, right, Nicole? There was like a little dot in the outside of the car, and Nicole asked what that was, and it was a camera, right, so that you could see around the car. So if they can have some sort of camera out on the outside of your car like that discreetly, if it could have a sensor, I would like to have something that would tell me how fast the cars around me are going. Because I drive on a highway where people drive, it seems to me like 150 miles per hour. Now, that's an unofficial assessment. But that's judging by the fact that I'm going 10 or 15 miles over the speed limit myself, and these people are passing me by like I am going back in time. So how fast could they be going? Wouldn't it be fun to have that flash? Just like, the radar gun, the police, or the thing that you drive by and it tells you how fast you're going.
Right.
Integrate that into my vehicle so that my kids and I can go, whoa, look how fast that guy was going.
Down, dude.
Yeah, and then, when the policeman pulls you over because you're the easiest one to catch, you can have it print out a record of, look at all these people who passed me. I wasn't even keeping up with traffic. Come on.
Right.
That would be entertaining. I would like to have that.
Entertaining. That's what we want from our cars, entertainment.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I mean, if you've got a honking huge video screen right in the next to your dashboard, it might as well be good for something. Come on.
I agree.
Okay.
Other than just maps.
Well, I think we need to go and patent these ideas ASAP because they're really good.
We come up with so many good ideas, yet we lack the technological know-how to make them so.
I know.
We just ask a small finder's fee from whoever is able to actually do them.
Exactly.
Right. Tesla
Don't forget
has
us.
some extra funds to spare.
I believe they do. I think they could easily pay us off.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll be there brainstorming their ideas department.
Yes.
We have so many ideas.
And of course, we would like to program all of the cars to play this podcast every day.
Of course.
Turn the key, hit the button to start the car,
That would be...
and Parenting Roundabout greets you.
It's perfect.
And it's one episode after another.
And you can't turn it off
much as you
Because we
programmed
have so many.
And that's it for another podcast. That's today's round 1. Tune in tomorrow for our entertainment-themed round 2, and later in the week to find out what we're complaining about, obsessing about, and recommending right now. We're always interested in what you have to say, so drop us a comment on our website, our Facebook page, or Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.